This video is an introduction to R for data analysis and calculations. We will cover the introduction to R, the help system, variables, the R environment, and various data structures like vectors, matrices, datasets, and lists. We will also discuss online resources. R is an open-source programming language for statistical computing and graphics. It is part of the GNU project and is available for Unix/Linux, Windows, and Mac operating systems. You can download and install it from cran.r-project.org. Some of the advantages of R include its ease of installation, thousands of supplemental packages, and a large open-source support community. It has frequent updates and is often more popular than other major statistics packages. To start an R session, simply type R in your command prompt. This will launch the R environment, showing the version and platform information. R can be used as a calculator. When you input an arithmetic operation like, quote, 7 plus 5 feet, the system prompt returns the answer. Text following the hash symbol is treated as a comment. If you enter an incomplete expression, the system prompt changes to a plus sign to prompt for the continuation of the input expression. R handles various arithmetic operations and commonly used mathematical functions, such as logarithms, exponentials, and square roots. R supports many math functions, including square root, sum, sine, trigonometric, hyperbolic, logarithmic, exponential, factorial, and combination functions. It also has built-in constants like pi, true, and false. R supports several logical operations, including not and OR, less than, greater than, equal to, and not equal to. You can list a few operations on one line using a semicolon as a separator. For example, calculating the cosine of 0 and the square root of 2 on the same line. To get help on a function, use ACE, followed by the function name, or use the help function. Help.start opens help in HTML format. Help.search can find functions related to a subject of interest. The apropos function lists function names containing a specific text string. You can use example to see usage examples, and demo to view various demonstrations, such as graphics or 3D plots. The assignment operator in R is the left arrow less than dash. While the equal sign can also be used, the left arrow is preferred. A semicolon separates multiple commands on one line. Be cautious when comparing a variable with a negative number. Without proper spacing, the comparison can be misinterpreted as an assignment. For correct evaluation when comparing variables with negative numbers, use a space between the comparison operator and the negative sign. Or, even better, use parentheses around the negative number. The right arrow can also be used as an assignment operator. Objects can hold special values like INF, -INF, NaN, or NA for missing data. Object names can consist of letters, numbers, and dots. This allows for descriptive naming conventions. However, object names in R must not start with a number. Attempting to do so will result in a syntax error. R is case-sensitive, meaning that variables A and A are treated as distinct objects. It is best to avoid renaming predefined R objects, constants, and functions like C, Q, S, T, C, D, F, I, and T. String variables are delimited by either double quotes or single quotes. R includes several built-in constants such as letters for uppercase letters, letters for lowercase, month.ab and month.name for month names, and pi. R has basic data types: integer, numerical, complex, logical, and character string. Examples of assigning values to these types are shown. You can check the type of a data object using the mode or class functions. Note that these functions may show slight differences, so refer to the help documentation for details. To start an R session, type R. To end it, use Q. R will ask if you want to save the workspace image. Select End to exit without saving in most cases. The ls function lists all objects in the current session. You can save the entire workspace with save.image, or specify a file name and specific objects to save. To load a saved session, use the quote load function with the file name. lsf, or objects, lists the current objects. Use rm to remove objects from the workspace. The unlink command deletes files or directories. getwd displays the current working directory, and setwd sets the working directory path. The search command lists attached packages and R objects. The system function executes system commands, such as listing files in a directory. A useful tip is to use the up and down arrow keys to navigate through the history of commands in the R console. R data objects include vectors, matrices, data frames, and lists. A vector is a set of elements of the same type. A matrix arranges the same type elements in rows and columns. A data frame allows columns of different types. A list generalizes vectors to hold different types of objects. A vector is a set of elements of the same type, such as a sequence of numbers, logical values, or character strings. To create a vector, use the concatenate function, cof. The mode function checks the object type. You can also fill a vector with consecutive numbers using the colon operator. The seq function creates a sequence of numbers with specified intervals. The rep function repeats a value a specified number of times to create a vector. Vectors can be combined using cof. You can also append more values to an existing vector by specifying the index range. You can access individual vector elements by their index, which starts at 1. Use a negative index to list all elements except that one. Slicing with C lists specific elements. Vector data can be accessed using various indexing methods, including logical conditions. The length function returns the vector length, and which finds indices of elements meeting a condition. Any math function used for scalars can also be applied to vectors. Standard vector functions include max, min, sum, mean, variance, and standard deviation. Additional functions include and maximum and minimum values, and rep to generate repetitions of a value or sequence. We can compose operations in a powerful single statement. For example, to find the IDs of athletes who achieved the maximum score, we can use a single line of code instead of multiple steps. R provides mechanisms for handling missing data, denoted by NA. We can replace NA values with zeros, using the quotes.na function as a condition for assignment. Note that using the equality operator, does not work as expected because all resulting values evaluate to NA. You must use is.na instead. When performing operations with two vectors of the same length, R performs element-by-element arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. To perform a usual scalar multiplication of two vectors, you should use the %*% operator, which is similar to the dot product in linear algebra.